and welcome back to Hadoop Exam Learning Resources. In this session we will be cover the next part of the same module as we have left in the previous session. So okay, let me continue with the where I okay, so we'll be covering here for the number of observation. How do you limit it? Correct. So my file is huge, let's say millions of records in a file. So I want to initially know the what is exactly the format or something. I want to display it something, some record 20 to 50 records. So I would not display millions of records on this window, correct? So this is not logical, correct? If I would say here, if I would display everything over here, so it's a millions of record displaying over here, is the any point? No, correct? So we can limit the display of the number of observation in the output. We can use this option, first observation and the obvious option. How would it help this observation? I would tell you. So let's take an example. Okay, what is our library which we have? HE train courses, correct? So let me provide the options here below. Print observation starting 3 position. Okay, let me just use this. Okay, just go to code. Okay, delete it. So this is the options actually, correct? So what we wanted to say here, first observation is 3. So in my data set, whatever is the data, start from the third observation and up to the end of the data. Okay, from where to start. So let me run this program. Okay, so you would get to know like what exactly I mean here. Okay, so here you can see what it says. It is inclusive. Okay, so start reading first 3 observation. So observation started at the third position and up to the end. So in our data set we have maximum 10 records. That's the reason total 8 records have been in the output. Okay, so now let's move to the next option. What is the available? What it says below, print start from first observation but up to 5. OBS is the end of the position, right? So first you can see keyword here, first, where to start first, what would be my first, where to end, OBS equals to 5, correct? So this is what here. So let's try this. So this is 3 to 10. Now let's run this code. Okay, and see what happens here. Observation 1 starting and up to 5 observation, correct? And this is inclusive. Okay, so that's what here. And this is between 5 to 10. If you want to start at 5 and print up to 10. So this is how you control like what you wanted to print in the report, because here you are using the print procedure and you are generating the report, correct? So while generating the report you want to show some specific record from your data set, so you can show it like use control it what exactly the data set should be. And if you want to up to end, you don't know what is my data set length, correct? So in this case, this OBS max actually what it does exactly, it is reset your value. So this is default value exactly. OBS is the max. Okay, so this is the option. This is the global statement. As I mentioned previously, this is any statement which is outside of like these are global statement. This impact all the your output. Okay, and if I format it, you can see automatically space is created in between. So this is the default formatting. However, you can change this formatting, how to do this. So you can see here from 3 to 10. The max is we know the only 10 records in our data set. So if you override the specific data set, correct, this is a global option, but let's say I wanted to print something else, like this is for some data set, for default data set I want this observation. Okay, for third, starting from 3rd to 6th observation, but for this particular data set I want this output. Okay, so if let's say copy this again here. Okay, let's skip this, remove let's remove from here and keep it over here. What I wanted to say, my global dataset option is read record or print record from 3rd to 6th, only 4 records in the output. Okay, but I want to override this properties for particular other report, something let's say this courses. Okay, so the same dataset even, so I want only 5 to 8. So how would you do this? This is a global option which is applies to all the dataset, correct? But if you want to for a particular dataset, let me again take this. Okay, so you would understand better now. So we will be generating 3 reports from the same data set. So technically if I would say this is 3 to 6, so this report should generate 4 records. This report will also generate 4 records, 5, 6, 7, 8 again. So let's reduce it to 7. Okay, so it would generate 3 records, okay, but observation from 5th to 7 only. And this record, what exactly? It should print all 10 or 3 to 6. What do you think? This is the option. Until you change it, it would be applicable in the session. Okay, so this report should also technically print the same observation. Let's run this program and see 3 reports is generated. Okay, here first 4 record 3 to 6 as mentioned here in the code, 3 to 6, correct. In the second 5 to 7 as we have mentioned here, 5 to 7, because this is overridden. Here this is the last. It should, like some people say, should print again all the 10 records or whatever that in the data set. No, this option is still applicable because you have not changed this value, correct. That's the reason you can see again similar 4 records in the output. That is what here I mean to say here. So until and unless you change it back to original or reset it, it would be not be changed. So if you use an option, then it is called a system option and will be applied for the session. Either you close this this session and restart everything, so this option would be automatically reset. Otherwise you have to explicitly reset it. If use option is specific to dataset in parameter, then it known as a dataset option and not a, and no keyword will be used for this. If you want, you can completely ignore the system option while using the dataset options. Whenever you provide the dataset option, like here as you provide, it will override whatever your global option you have defined. That is the difference. Okay, so it will override the exist. Syntax error. Okay, so it's the next topic again. Okay, so we are done with the system option. So you need to change it back. So how would you change it back or reset it? You can just provide the max here, I believe, and it should, whether it take minimum or something, I'm not sure. Okay, minimum not equal to minimum something, so it should be set by this. Okay, let's run this. So 10 records, 3 records and 10 records. Why still 3 records? Because this data set, whatever global option would be override here. So now let's move to the errors. Next topic. Error is when you write a code, there is some errors, correct? It's possible, like you have not correctly written the code. So as soon as you submit the SAS program, SAS will read the program statement by statement. Okay, so each line is a statement, as you can see, which is end by semicolon. So this is a statement technically. If you entirely you say this is a PROC step. Okay, this is a step entirely. Okay, so spelling mistake you can do. So there are syntax error. Syntax error means if you write instead of print, you have just write print something. Okay, so this is not correct, so that is a spelling mistake. Or you have forgotten the semicolon, so this is again syntax error. Okay, missing semicolon, missing run statement, you are not providing this run statement altogether, correct. No proper closing of the quotation mark. Okay, I'll tell you what exactly that means. Okay, so try this example. So this is the example they have given here. Okay, so the same which I have done, I have removed the T from here. Okay, so this is what is the syntax error. If I try to run this program, okay, if I run this program, here you can see no output would be generated and error would be given in the red color. This procedure print not found. There is no procedure named print in the SAS, so that's the reason it is giving the error and no result would be generated here, correct. You can see here. So this is syntax error. Semantic errors when you specify language element that is not a valid for a particular usage, like providing a wrong option. So in you say let's say instead of print, I would say something option here I provide let's say blank something. Okay, blank something, but I forgot this equal sign, blank data or something. This is wrong, correct. This keyword is not applicable here. So if I run this program, then still it should give the error, correct. So this says here you can see underscore and something, so wrong. So this is a semantic error kind of thing, using wrong keyword at the wrong place, correct. That is what. So how would you like find this errors and kind of thing? So here syntactical error, semantic errors kind of thing you can find it, but there is a logical error as well. Okay, so like you want to do the addition and instead of addition you are doing multiplication. Technically this is SAS program don't know, correct. This is dumb. So whatever you are told is, it will do it. It will not, it won't see, like whatever in your mind, it says don't understand, correct. So you need to find it out where is the log. This is known as logical errors. Like instead of multiplication you are using addition or something else, some calculation mistake. So that is what you, so there are multiple ways to find out this kind of, but still you have to find it out. SAS will not find it for you, but SAS can help you like how to find this kind of thing. So there are debug statement like put log, you can use it, so like debugging or something. Okay, I'll tell you again how to. Whenever there is a logical errors in the program, SAS default log will not help you to find that. It is the programmer responsibility to find the logical errors. Programmer can use the put log statement in the data step. Okay, so let's leave it. Okay, you can read it. Okay, so you can use put log statement in both batch or interactive mode. Leave it right now, you don't understand this. Then if an external file is open on for output, use the statement to ensure. Okay, there is a two automatic variable. One is underscore n underscore a, okay, and another is a underscore error underscore. These two variable will help you most of the time to debug your program. These are known as automatic variable. Why this is automatic variable? Because SAS generates data for this. If there is any error in your program, then this value would be set as a 1. Okay, if there is no error in your data set, then this value always remains 0. So as soon as it found any error, it would set to 1. That is one thing. As you can see, there is a 10 records in your data set, correct? So for each record, when 10 this SAS reads it increments this value by 1. So it initializes initial value by 1, correct? So if there is in your data set 10 records, correct? So for each record, this value would be, as soon as it is calculated, this value would be incremented. So we will see more detail on the next step, next module, actually how exactly this when we in depth we will go how this underscore n value, but this would help you to find the in which record in my data set there is a problem. Okay, so this is what it will help you. So let's say we have this file Hadoop exam 102.csv file. I would be sharing this file. This is the file. Okay, this file, let me copy it and put it into the Hadoop exam folder. Okay, let me commons university edition, my folders, Hadoop exam. Let me delete this existing files. We don't need, no, we need it or not. Okay, let's keep this file, and okay, this is already there, but I will be sharing this file and replace this file. Okay, I'm replacing whatever it is there. Okay, what data is inside this file? This is a comma separated file, and this is the data here. Okay, the 10 records still there is. The first is ID. There is, you can see date column, course name, you can see with the space, okay, inside the name. Okay, this is the fee 1 and fee 2. There is a two fee structure. Okay, so which I wanted to load this data. So where I would load this data? In the work library. And what would be my data set name? Prices. Okay, let me copy first, then we'll discuss about this. Okay, so now leave it, Control A, and format the code. Okay, so now what I would say, I wanted to read this file. Okay, if you don't understand right now how to read this file and kind of thing, we will have dedicated session for this, but right now understand in file statement help you to read any file from the SAS physical location. So this is the file which I wanted to read it. DLM will help you to say like my data is a comma separated. Okay, because you can see here this is a CSV file. CSV file you can open is in a edit plus as well. You can see here in a notepad editor. So this is a comma separated. Each value is separated by comma. Correct. Now I would say read this value. First column is an ID. Second column is an date. And this is a character value. I want to read it as a character value. Okay, right now. Course name is also character value. Fee 1 and fee 2 is numeric value, so I'm not putting $sign behind that. Okay, and I want to calculate the average price of average fee, what is there. So I would use the mean function. Okay, this is the function which can help you to get the average value of the multiple many things. Okay, so only numeric value. Okay, so it would find the average mean. Okay, and then put log would help you to print the value of your variable for each iteration. Okay, so if I run this program, okay, you would get to know what exactly this, how put log would help for. Correct. So we have created 4 variables out of our data set. Correct. This is the data. There are 5 variables: ID, date, course name, fee 1 and fee 2. 5 variable. Correct, which I would be loading here. Okay, so let me run this program here. This is my data have been loaded here. You can see here. Correct. Sorry, this is the data has been loaded here. But now there is some logical error. how would you find it out? Let's go here in the output result. Okay, output data which is generated. What I am saying, my first fee is 5,000 and second fee is 6,000. I would say average price is 11,000. How come it is possible? Correct, average price would be 5,500 here. How could be 11,000? There is 6,000 plus 6,000, 12,000. So something there is wrong in my program, correct, whatever I have written. So where something is getting wrong, the here in the looking at the, because this simple calculation I can looking at the data I can find it out. But when there is a complex calculation, you have to use the put log statement to get to know the details. So put log statement, how would it helpful you? Helpful, the course equal to fee equals to fee to equals to an average price. This is what I wanted to print it. What is this? It 10 records are there, 10 observations are there. So what is the course name? Hadoop. Fee 1 was 5,000, fee 2 is 6,000, and average price you are saying 11,000. Something wrong, correct? The more complex calculations for each record, this kind of data has been printed here. So that is how the put log statement would be helpful here, correct? So we have used put log statement and course equal to the same variable name you would be using, fee 1 here, whatever you want to print it, fee 2 and average price, correct? So this is what we wanted to print here. So what is the problem here? If you know the SAS, then you see mean function is take comma separated value inside that, not a plus sign. Plus sign is a simple addition and it will consider is a single value, and for average for a single value, mean is fee 1 plus fee 2 is 11,000 for first observation, and mean of 11,000 is 11,000 only. There is nothing, correct? So this is simple calculation happens inside this function, and then mean would be applied on it. So there is something wrong. So what is wrong? Instead of plus sign, it should be a comma here. So what we wanted to say, fee 1 and fee 2, what is the average price for this two variable? I wanted to find it out. So now let's run this program, and you can see here now this is the correct average price has been printed over here. Similarly inside the log you can see now this is how. So put log would help you for complex situation. This is very simple situation. When you write a more complex SAS program, you would using this put log statement, and you will find it out the how it is useful. Okay, so for base certification it is good enough to understand the concept behind these things. Actually still we are not using this n variable and error variable. We will move ahead and we will start it and then print this data set, and you will get to know. Like, so this is just print procedure which I have not copied yet, so you can see here. So this is how I would be okay something sorry, control F4 sorry, what is happening here? Function F4 somehow, oh F4 is new program, sorry, F3 sorry. So this is how the 10 observation would be printed over here as an output. Let's move to next. Okay, so this is what the everything I have written over here. Okay, similarly corrected program here, its comma has been plus has been removed. Missing the run statement in SAS program. In SAS program, each step is executed independently. SAS recognized end of the current step as soon as it finds proc or data statement. It means new step is started. If I see here in this program, as soon as my next step is proc, I see it means SAS understand like my previous step has been finished and new step has been started, correct, using the proc. Okay, run on quit statement, it means end of the current statement. If you see run, then it is my current step is if you miss the run statement, okay, here, then as soon as you find the proc, so SAS understand like this previous step has been finished, kind of. Check the below program. If you run in the SAS University edition, there is not an error. Every environment is little different. Okay, so window environment is different, enterprise edition is different, and this University edition environment little bit different. So you might not get error here when you miss the run program, but in the run statement. But in if you are using say any other environment, there might be a little bit issue. Okay, so format first so you will understand. Okay, so here you can see I'm missing the run statement, but still I think it should run successfully without any error. Let's go to the log. You can see there is no warning, no error. So in that is fine, the missing the run statement here, because it see the proc step next. as soon as, so it says like proc step I found it, like my previous step has been finished and next step has been started, correct. So that's what the here missing the run statement would not impact. So missing the semicolon is another issue. It is an error, okay. Missing a semicolon, it would not automatically handled by SAS, okay. Unbalanced quotation mark is also an issue. What exactly the else unexpected result can be. So let me tell you what exactly unbalanced quotation mark. Let's copy this code and format this. You can see there is something wrong in this course. If in this code, sorry, okay, this is still here, that's fine, but here you can see if course equal to spark, here I'm missing the single quotation, correct, that is required here, which I'm missing. So that is what this program, so this is unpredictable result you might get out of this when you run this program. No output generated at all, correct, because there's a, if you don't understand if condition, leave it right now. What I point here means when you start the quotation mark, it has to end with the quotation mark, then only this program will work perfectly, otherwise it would give an issue, okay. So that is what here I mean, balanced quotation has to be given here, okay. So now that is what here. So semantic error, when you run the below program, then you will get the, because key label is not, so something which I have mentioned previously, like if you use wrong keyword or something, then it is a problem, okay. So you don't use the wrong keyword or something, this is known as semantic error, okay. Okay, great, we are finished with this session. So thanks for watching, and I hope you like this session. If you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe it, and I would mention again, like just go to the hadoopexam.com. we are providing similar kind of trainings in the same detail and same depth, and with the PDF attached with them, most of the modules. So you can see that we have a lot of trainings and a lot of subscribers. So specifically we have started for the SAS training, and similarly very popular product from the Hadoop exam is the SAS certification. So we are providing various SAS certification preparation material. So this is a question answers which you can use before your exam, and you can clear exam very easily, I'm sure, okay. So keep visiting hadoopexam.com, and don't forget to subscribe on hadoopexam.com, and also I would suggest please refer your friend. Your help is very required for us to grow and to help you more. So thanks for watching. Yeah.